The young woman had been walking through the forest for what felt like hours, and the sun was starting to set. She stopped in the clearing, admiring the beauty of the forest, when suddenly a man appeared. He was wearing a long black cloak and a hood that covered his face. He seemed to have come out of nowhere, and the young woman was transfixed. He stepped closer to her, and she felt a strange enchantment come over her. The man's voice was deep and calming, and he spoke of a love that was pure and true. He told her that if she accepted his love, they could be together forever. She was captivated by his words, and she wanted nothing more than to be with him. The young woman felt an intense connection to this man, and she desperately wanted to be with him. But she was also afraid of what it would mean to break the enchantment. He told her that his love was strong enough to break the spell, but could she really trust him? She had no idea who he was, and she was scared of what could happen if she said yes. She stood there for what felt like an eternity, trying to decide what to do. She was so torn, and she was afraid of making the wrong choice. The man waited patiently, never taking his eyes off of her. Finally, the young woman made her decision. She stepped forward and took the man's hands in her own. She looked up into his eyes, and she knew that she had made the right decision. She accepted his love, and the enchantment was broken. The man smiled, and the two of them embraced. She knew that no matter what happened, she would never regret her choice. They stayed in the clearing, enjoying the beauty of the forest, and the enchantment was forgotten. The man and the woman sat in the clearing, enjoying each other's company. They talked about their hopes and dreams, and the man told her stories of his past. She listened to him with fascination, and was captivated by his words. The sun was setting, and the forest was starting to grow dark. The man suggested they go back to his home, so they could continue their conversation in a more comfortable setting. The woman agreed, and they set off together. The man had a small lantern, and he used it to light the way as they walked through the forest. The trees cast eerie shadows across the path, and the woman was glad to have him by her side. As they walked, the man told her more stories of his life. She was amazed by his tales, and she felt herself growing closer to him with each passing moment. Eventually, they reached a small clearing, and the man gestured for her to enter. The woman stepped into the clearing, and found herself in a small cottage. It was modest, but cozy, and it seemed to be a perfect sanctuary. The man explained that it had been his home for many years, and he welcomed her in. The man lit a fire in the fireplace, and the two of them talked until late into the night. The woman felt safe and at peace, and she was amazed at how comfortable she felt with this man. She was falling in love with him, and she knew that she never wanted to leave. The woman awoke the next morning to find the man gone. She felt a pang of sadness, but she also knew that he would return soon. As she waited for him, she looked around the cottage and took in its beauty. The cottage was small, but it was filled with love. Everywhere she looked, she could feel the man's presence. He had decorated the walls with pictures of his family, and he had filled the shelves with books of poetry and stories. The woman smiled and felt a warmth in her heart. She knew that she had found her home. The woman spent the day exploring the forest surrounding the cottage. She found a small stream and a clearing with a patch of wildflowers. Everywhere she looked, she was greeted with the beauty of nature. As the sun began to set, she returned to the cottage. When she arrived, she saw the man waiting for her. He was smiling, and his eyes were filled with love. He welcomed her home and told her he had been waiting for her. The two of them spent the night talking and laughing, and the woman felt more at peace than she had ever felt before. She knew that she had found her home.